Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another SICW Sunday Night Update. I'm here with promoter Herb Simmons, and Herb, has it slowed down from the racetrack? You were flying around there.
Well, it never slows down in the wrestling business because, as you heard us say many, many times, we go from one show to another. But yes, I feel like one of those NASCAR trucks and cars for that Saturday and Sunday that went around that track all the time it did. And what a great, great event that was. And we're still reeling from it.
I would say it was incredible to see that ring set up there on the side of the track, all the NASCAR fans around. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of fans kept piling around the ring because everybody wanted to see what was going on there. It was just an amazing day. A little bit of rain, but hey, the rain didn't keep the wrestling fans away.
No. And what's amazing, and here we're a week away from that, and people are still abuzz about it. People are still sending photos and sending text messages and, wanting to know, hey, are you going to be back next year? And, like we told them, that's a decision that our good friends at Worldwide Technology Raceway will make, and they seem to all be happy. It was great. The owner, Curtis Francois, Chris Blair, Mike Buellhorn, everybody that we got to meet from out there at the track. And I can't say enough about the entire staff. And that's one of the good comments that I've been hearing from the fans about how everything was so clean. The food was great. The staff members, if you stopped and asked somebody where something was, they took time to tell you or they'd show you on a map. So kudos to everybody out there at the racetrack.
It definitely was a great time, a great event. I look forward to hopefully being back there next year, and the title lived up to its name. It was a melee on the Midway.
Oh, without a doubt, and we've got some great action shots. Our cameraman, Nate, all of our photographers that we had there, Mark and Adam, it was just great. So I know you've got some clips that we're going to take a look at.
Absolutely. We kicked off Melee on the Midway with a great, great event. It was Belleville's own Bobby D taking on superstar Steve Fender for that AIWF title. And fans, take a look now and see what it looks like.
This contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. minutes has passed. 4-minute time remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, time limit has expired of 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called this match. Time limit, no contest, but still your reigning national heavyweight champion, Superstar Steve!
Well, Herb, there it was. A great match. Probably not the ending that Bobby D wanted. Maybe a little sore from the way he went through that table.
Head first.
Oof.
I mean, and of course, you know, what a match for an opening match. That's a main event in any arena.
Absolutely.
You know, Superstar Steve Fender, trained by the late, great Harley Race. Belleville's own Bobby D, been all over the place. Was the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal champion 2 years in a row. So anytime you get a match like that to open up a card, that signals that, man, the rest of the card is going to have to be either just as good, if not better, because I don't know how you top that.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to show you how Herb tried to top it with the rest of the show. But first, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our great SICW sponsors. Wrestling fans, there's nothing better than barbecue and wrestling. When you're hungry, stop by Mr. Barbecue with 2 locations to serve you in Columbia and Waterloo, Illinois. Great barbecue, cold beverages, and SICW wrestling. Fans, we're back with you, and as promised, we're going to continue that melee on the midway. And Herb, the next match of the day, again continued that title when SICW champion, the Big Texan, took on the mysterious Uber Destroyer.
Well, you know, the Big Texan, and boy, he is a Big Texan, and he holds that classic championship with the names of everybody who helped make Wrestling at the Chase great, not only at Wrestling at the Chase, but Kiel Auditorium. And it's a prestigious title to wear because of the history that it has. And to take on the Uber Destroyer, somebody that's unknown to everybody, has that devastating claw hold, part of Devastation Incorporated.
And he has Devastation Incorporated
Right
at ringside.
And plus, you know, I want to give a shout out to the I-Night Shriners. They asked you know, Jim's not only the classic champion, he's also the I-Night Shriners champion. We do a show there every year for them, and they had a nice championship belt. Jim, Big Texan, won that title last year, and he was in their parade this past week. So
absolutely,
what a great honor for our champion, the Big Texan, to serve as the parade marshal and have a good time.
Absolutely, it was. Well, fans, let's take a moment and take a quick look back to Melee on the Midway, where the Big Texan took on the Uber Destroyer.
Go, 1, 2.
Herb, another great match, another melee on the midway.
And another devastation lariat.
Oh,
Did you
man.
see how I'm still looking for the Uber Destroyer's head?
Yeah, it was.
Man.
It was a great match. And speaking of great matches and other members of Devastation Incorporated, we had the All-American Gary Jackson in action.
Well, Gary Jackson, he's that bunny that just keeps on ticking. He'll take a licking, but whoever that opponent is better watch out, because you can never count the Night Train Gary Jackson down. And you've heard us talk about he got that name, the Night Train, by the late great Bruiser Brody. And he lives up to every word. When that train rolls into town, you either get on it or you get off of it. And this match, I think, is going to show you what happened.
Absolutely. Well, fans, let's take a look at that. Another great match from Melee on the Midway at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Shut your mouth. You heard him? Shut your mouth. 16 minutes for there. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification, Gary Texan. Wait, stop the music. I've just been informed by an SICW official that at our afternoon show at 2:30, Devastation Incorporated will be ordered to face Gary Jackson and the Big Texan in a tag team. And in Gary Jackson and the Big Texan's corner will be WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton. That's all going to happen at our 2:30 event. You're going to see Montre Gary Jackson and the Big Texan with WWE legend Cowboy Bob Orton in their corner.
Well, Herb, that's just half of it. Half of what happened out there at Melee on the Midway. We've got a lot more for the fans to show in the future. We're going to take a quick break here to hear from some more of our great SICW sponsors, and then we'll be back with some more great action. Wrestling fans, you looking for the best in daily lunch specials and great menu food items? Look no further than Layla's Roadhouse, 440 Falling Springs Road in Cahokia Heights, Illinois. That's right, a family sit-down dining and always great specials. Also has the best pizza in the area. Well, fans, welcome back again. We're very thankful for all the sponsors we have here at SICW. And SICW is known for keeping the memories of wrestling at the Chase alive. And Herb, I know this is one of your favorite segments every week when we get to pick a classic. We get to go back in time and take a look at some great wrestling footage.
Well, we do. We have a time machine here, and we are very honored to be able to bring that to you fans out there, because if you're tuning in, you are a wrestling fan. And like I said, the classics that we have from the library of Wrestling at the Chase just takes you back in time to the days of maybe your parents or your grandparents. You heard them sitting around talking about those great days of the late Bruiser Brody, Ric Flair, Dick the Bruiser, Johnny Valentine, Gene Kiniski, Pat O'Connor, Harley Race, and the list just goes on. And so we reach back in those archives every once in a while and give you one of those classics to trigger those memories that you have.
Absolutely. So fans, without further ado, let's take a look at this week's classic episode.
Main event, a one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Winnipeg, Canada, weighing 248 pounds, Kerry Brown. From Los Angeles, California, weighing 325 pounds, Big John Studd. Referee, Joe Tangaro.
Kerry Brown opposes Big John Studd, and I'll tell you something, they put Studd on the scale just before this match, and he came in at 325 pounds. Stands 6'9", he is a bear. And Kerry Brown, who's been going real good of late, has his hands full today against Big John Studd, a man with a tremendous reputation. Studd just shoves Kerry Brown halfway across the ring. Kerry has to take a little look at this situation.
Tell him about that, Daddy.
He says to tell him about that. Well, you could see it for yourself, the power that man has. A protege of Killer Kowalski. Crowd starts yelling, "We want Brody, we want Andre." Well, Big John Studd will be in that massive Wrestle Royal with Andre and Brody. That should be something. Think of the size in that big 16-man Wrestle Royal. Just take the 5 biggest men alone, and you've got over 1,700 pounds. Kerry Brown pitched away again by Big John Studd, who wades in with a vicious kick to the stomach of Kerry Brown. Oh, Brown powered into that corner. Studd charges it and misses. Kerry Brown rolled away, and then Kerry puts a side headlock on Big John Studd. Yes, sir, in that Wrestle Royal, you take the 5 biggest men, Andre, Baker, Tyler, Studd, Brody, and you're going to have over 1,700 pounds during it. Just those 5 alone. All 16 combatants guaranteed will be over 4,400 pounds during that Wrestle Royal, so you can call it the 2-ton Wrestle Royal if you want, because more than 2 tons of muscle will be in that ring at once in the Wrestle Royal. And of course, Andre the Giant, he's always the man to beat in a Wrestle Royal. He's the biggest of the big, 7'5", 465 pounds. Kerry Brown tried to pitch Big John over the hips and couldn't do it. Big John lifts Kerry Brown, throws him away. Kerry landed on his feet, trying a flying tackle. Try it again, punk, says Big John Studd. Oh, flying cross body block. Brilliant move by Kerry Brown. He nearly got a pin as he surprised Big John Studd with a flying cross body block. Good move by Kerry, but Big John so powerful just threw Kerry Brown off. Big John Studd, I'll tell you, he's got a lot of victories under his belt up around Minnesota, Wisconsin, parts of Canada. Prior to that, up in Hawaii and Japan, he did real well. Main event after main event, and Big John Studd has his eyes on the top, the World Heavyweight Championship and the Missouri State title. He has the credentials. He misses that forearm smash. Kerry Brown doesn't miss. Side headlock again on Big John Studd. Kerry has to keep that head pulled forward on Studd. If he lets Studd straighten up, well, Kerry's going up into the air. You can count on that. Kerry pitched to the ropes. And Studd sends Kerry Brown flying. Oh! Elbow drop from Big John Studd right across the back of the ribs. Kerry Brown in trouble just from one bounce because Big John is so big and strong. Big John lifts Kerry Brown and slams him backwards into the buckles. You talk about a man who knows how to use his size. You're looking at it right now in Big John Studd. He knows how to use that hugeness, that immense bulk in his favor. And you know, he's not fat. Look at him. He's well proportioned. Big chest, big shoulders and arms. There's that forearm smash. Oh, he has a wicked one. It's legal. No problem about that. That forearm is legal, but when he drives it home, it's like crashing a sledgehammer on target. Big John Studd pulls back on the head of Kerry Brown. Joe Tangaro right in there. It's not a strangle, and Kerry Brown not giving up. Believe it or not, Big John Studd was a college basketball star. He's put on a lot of weight since then. Obviously, he's bulked up using the weights, but can you imagine him under a backboard? He'd knock a few heads around. Ask him now, says Big John. We understand that he's been developing a hard punch to go along with his hanging backbreaker. And Kerry Brown, caught right there, his chin pulled back, is going to have to be careful and avoid either the hard punch or the hanging backbreaker. He has to negate the size advantage Big John Studd has, as Kevin Von Erich will have to do in that big match coming up between Big John Studd and Kevin Von Erich. Kerry Brown is about 13 pounds heavier than Kevin, so that gives you some idea how much weight and size that Kevin Von Erich's going to give away against Big John. He's going to give away 7 inches in height and close to 100 pounds in weight. On the other hand, as tall as Big John is, there's going to be an inviting target for Kevin Von Erich's cross-body scissors right across the midsection.
5 minutes have passed, 10 minutes left.
The forearm smash drives Kerry Brown down to the mat. Big John lifts Kerry Brown, pitches him away with a body slam. Big John Studd with a flying mare. He just manhandles Kerry Brown. And Kerry's nearly 250 pounds. John Studd pulling back. Look at the shoulders. No neck on that guy. It's all muscle. This goes right from shoulders into the head. He's so strong through the upper body. Just imagine what will happen if in the Wrestle Royal came down to, say, him and Andre, or him and Brody. Brody and Studd locked horns briefly in a recent tag match. Boy, that was a war. Let me tell you, they pounded on each other. Kerry Brown trying to come to his feet. Drives an elbow into the stomach. But that stomach's just as good a target for Big John Studd as Kerry Brown found out the hard way. Studd grabs the arm of Kerry Brown, hurls him across the ring, and kicks him right in the breadbasket, right in the solar plexus. Big John goes on the second rope, flying knee drop into the chest. It wasn't the throat, it was close, but it was not the throat. Count of one, Kerry Brown shoves off Big John Studd, and that takes some exertion right there to shove Big John around. Kerry Brown gasping to get his wind. He has picked up a few bruises against Big John Studd. What a powerhouse. What a challenge that's going to be for Kevin Von Erich, and you can bet Kevin knows it. Can he use the claw against this man? Can he get the iron claw on Big John? Cross-body scissors might be the way to go, though. Big John Studd is tall. He's not carrying a whole lot of excess weight through the midsection. He's slim through there. That cross-body scissors maybe could work against Big John, but the question will be if he gets it on John while he's standing, can he ride Studd down? It's like trying to pull down the arch. And as big as Studd is, think how much size he gives away to Andre the Giant in the Wrestle Royal. It's Kerry Brown. There's pounding on Big John. He lifts the big man. 325 pounds slammed by Brown. But did you see Studd maneuver while on his back to swing those big legs around and drop Kerry Brown? Hey, Big John Studd just showed you something. He was slammed, but he didn't lose his composure. He managed to scoot around while on his back and knock Kerry Brown down. Just like Andre the Giant, Big John Studd shows you there's more to this business than just size. There's more to being successful than just being big. And it's things like that that have made Big John Studd a main event attraction throughout the country. Flying elbow drop by Studd. He moves around. Brown manages to lift the shoulder. Studd scores again with that elbow drop. Brown gets the shoulder up, but he's got to generate some offense now. Studd, with his size and with his muscle, has been wearing down Kerry Brown, and Kerry has to get something going offensively. It's not a strangle, but that head's been twisted. The neck's got to be sore on Kerry Brown. He has to be aching. You know, you talk about the big men. How about that team of Andre the Giant and King Kong Brody? Can they even bury the hatchet long enough to work together against Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dick Murdoch? Two teams that could be awesome if they can get along. If Andre the Giant and King Kong Brody can work together. If the egos of Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dick Murdoch can survive, that could be the wildest tag match ever in St. Louis wrestling history. Andre and Brody on the same team. Big John Studd pounds Kerry Brown down to the canvas. Studd towers over Brown. Moves behind him, lifts him to the air. Oh, look at that atomic knee drop. Slamming the tailboat into his knee. Count of one, count of two. Kerry Brown gets away. Studd is showing us a lot of weapons here. Kevin Von Erich, take note. You know, we mentioned in that tag match, Andre and Brody, if they can get along, that probably requires a little explanation. You know, they have been opponents here in St. Louis before, and I'm sure that it's only the fact that Dick Burdock's on the other team that Sam Muchnick was ever able to get King Kong Brody to agree to be Andre the Giant's partner, because Brody detests tag matches to begin with. But go back to the last 4 Royals in St. Louis, the last 4 Royals that Andre the Giant was here for and entered. Andre won 3 of those 4 Wrestle Royals. The only one he didn't win was taken by King Kong Brody. So Brody and Andre may be partners at one point and enemies at another.
10 minutes have expired, 5 minutes left.
Big John Studd squeezing the head of Kerry Brown. Kerry's made a game effort, but Studd so far has just been too big and powerful. Big John twisting that head. Look at him smiling at the crowd. He knows things are going well. He knows he's in control. He forces the head of Kerry Brown down and then stomps on Kerry Brown. Kerry getting up slower. Where's that adrenaline? Kerry's thinking, come on. He's got to do something against Big John. Take him off his feet and keep him off his feet. Oh, Studd clotheslines Kerry Brown. John Studd clotheslines Brown. Kerry, groggy, tries to come up. Studd, oh, look out, backslide by Kerry Brown, this could be it. No, Studd yanks the arm free. All that weight over his shoulders, that could have been a tough spot for Big John Studd. Now Kerry tries to follow up. Studd hangs right in there, whips Brown to the ropes. Jackknife cradle, the jackknife and the cradle, but Studd again, too quick with all that size, rolled away. Drop kick by Kerry, Studd keeps his feet. A second drop kick, Studd stepped away. Elbow drop to the back of Kerry Brown. Brown missed the drop kick. The first drop kick didn't do the job. It didn't knock him off his feet. Big John lifts Kerry Brown over the top. The hanging backbreaker. That's one of his favorites. The hanging backbreaker by Big John Studd. Look at him pulling the arms out so the pain and the pressure is even more into the spine. Kerry Brown gives up. Tangaro tries to get Big John Studd to release the hanging backbreaker. And that was one impressive victory for Big John Studd. Oh, what a challenge Kevin Von Erich has coming up. Let's hear from Mickey Garagiola.
11 minutes and 39 seconds with the hanging backbreaker. The winner, Big John Studd.
There comes Kerry Brown off the ropes, trying for that jackknife and cradle, pulling Big John backward. As you can watch in slow motion, Kerry trying to trap the shoulders down. Studd managed to get the shoulders up, and from there, Big John went on to follow up and get the victory over Kerry with a hanging backbreaker. We'll talk to Big John Studd right after this. Watch as Big John Studd polishes off Kerry Brown with that hanging backbreaker. Studd lifting Brown overhead, stretching the back out, stretching out the spine, and that's how Big John Studd won today on Wrestling at the Chase from Kerry Brown. And I guess, John, that's one of the holds you would love to use on Kevin Von Erich.
That's right. Just another example of the power and the strength and the wrestling ability that John Studd, 6'9", 325-pound possesses. You know, I'm very hungry. I got a lot of goals, and a lot of them are set right here. I'm after Kevin Von Erich, you know. I don't like his daddy. I used to beat up his daddy, and what would be a greater insult to his father, a greater punishment than to punish one of his sons and destroy him and beat him right in the middle of the ring.
You have so much size over Kevin Von Erich, it's going to be difficult for him.
That's right. Size and strength prevails in all my wrestling ability. Do you notice how I grab him and I punish him and I hurt him before I beat him? Punishment's the name of the game. It's not wrestling, it's punishment. And the toughest man wins. Now I got some bigger goals set in front of me. 1, destroy Bruiser Brody. I've been chasing him for a long time. to beat Andre the Giant, the only man in professional wrestling today that's a shade taller and a shade bigger than I am. I've chased this man from coast to coast. And you know what? I have a feeling I got him cornered. And when I grab Andre the Giant, all 464 pounds, all 7'5" of him, and I smash him right in the center of the ring, and then I pick him up for the backbreaker, it's going to be all over. And I can say to all you people out there, I told you so.
Of course, you will be in that Giant Wrestle Royal with Andre, with Brody, with people like the Bruiser, Ox Baker. You'll have to throw them over the top rope. You're saying that you can lift Andre the Giant. Do I understand that correctly? You can lift Andre?
Not only am I saying it, I will show all you people in the wrestling world that I can do it. And yet, my goals are even set higher than that. One Harley Race, the world's heavyweight champion. Do you think Harley Race could withstand the punishment I dished out to this punk tonight? This punk, he was a ringer. He was a lot better than the promoters told me he was. He was a lot tougher. Yet I prevailed. I destroyed him right in the center of the ring. Bruiser Brody, Andre the Giant, the same lies for you. Where I travel, I leave nothing but a trail of broken wrestlers behind me. I have one goal, and that's to the top, the World Heavyweight Championship. And no one will stand in my way. Do you understand it? No one will stand in my way.
Big John Studd. He obviously has the size and the power to back up what he says. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
The fourth bout, an Australian tag team match, most falls to curfew. Introducing from Montreal, Canada, weighing 233 pounds, Jerry Roberts. From St. Joe, Missouri, weighing 250 pounds, Bruce Reed. From Winnipeg, Canada, weighing 246 pounds, Bulldog Bob Brown. From Seattle, Washington, weighing 284 pounds, Tiny Anderson.
Tiny Anderson makes his St. Louis debut as the tag team partner of Bulldog Bob Brown against Bruce Reed and newcomer Jerry Roberts. Heard a lot of good things about this Jerry Roberts. We'll keep an eye on him. Reed forced to the ropes by Tiny Anderson. Forearm smash from Anderson. Reed battles back with an elbow to Anderson's head. And then a drop kick by Big Bruce Reed. Arm drag by Reed, and Tiny Anderson is flung to the mat. Anderson gets to his feet. Reed makes a tag with Jerry Roberts. Young Canadian wrestler has quite a reputation around his native Quebec. He twists the arm of Tiny Anderson. Jerry has just invaded the Midwest, and a lot of people are expecting big things from Jerry. Slender, but they say he can really take to the air. Double wrist lock by Roberts on Tiny Anderson. Joe Tangaro made sure that Anderson didn't pull the tights. Quick tag made to Bruce Reed. Reed with an elbow smash to the shoulder of Tiny Anderson. Then Reed yanks out that arm. Anderson counters. Reed rolls down and kicks Anderson away. Tag made to the Bulldog. The crowd hoots, hollers, and barks at Bulldog Bob Brown. This guy could go into the quietest room in the St. Louis area and start all sort of trouble. Bulldog Bob Brown and Bruce Reed tie up. Reed forces Brown to the ropes. Why don't you break it up, complains Brown to referee Joe Tangaro. Brown's the only guy who can start an argument with himself, I think.
And get answers, too.
Yeah, that's the problem. Bulldog Bob Brown reaches out and then slaps Bruce Reed. Reed says, you want a box? Brown says, I just slapped him. My hand was open, and he complains to Tangaro. Tangaro says, let's wrestle.
Five minutes left, 5 minutes.
5 minutes remain. It's most falls to curfew. Reed and Roberts against Brown and Anderson. Side headlock by Reed on the Bulldog. Reed yanks that head around and around and around. Here comes Jerry Roberts. Reed and Roberts tagging off very well. And Roberts bounces ahead of the Bulldog. Brown forced down to one knee by Jerry Roberts. Roberts twisting that head. You know, we've seen a couple of interesting tag team combinations today. One, of course, the Kelly twins. Now 2 youngsters in Reed and Roberts. But how about that one coming up? Spike Huber and Dick the Bruiser together for the first time in St. Louis. Dick the Bruiser and his son-in-law. Spike Huber against a pair of guys who can break the scale, Buzz Tyler and Ox Baker. Buzz comes in around 323, Ox Baker at 308. Spike Huber's going to be the littlest guy in that ring, but I don't think it bothers Spike when it comes to fire and spunk and determination. Spike Huber gives nothing away to anyone. Spike Huber and Dick the Bruiser, father-in-law, son-in-law, together for the first time in St. Louis against Tyler and Baker. What a card that is, top to bottom. And, of course, everyone eligible for that Wrestle Royal. 16 of the 18 men on the lineup will be in the Wrestle Royal, all in the ring at once. The side headlock of Bruce Reed on Bulldog Bob Brown seems to be doing the job so far. There's a guy with a tremendous physique, Bruce Reed, a native of St. Joseph, Missouri. He's leaning over the top of Brown, trying to force Brown's shoulders down for a pin. Brown toying with the idea of grabbing the hair, but Tangaro slapped the hand away. Brown pulls the hair, Tangaro stops him. Reed still has the side headlock on the Bulldog. Here comes Jerry Roberts. Side headlock by Roberts. Worked for Reed, Roberts will try it. Remember, most falls to curfew. Whichever squad has the most falls when time expires will be the winner. Hey! Drop kick by Jerry Roberts. Pull that one out of the hat, and Anderson won't tag. That's not going to make Bulldog Bob Brown any too happy. Anderson wouldn't tag Bulldog Bob Brown. I think Anderson was a bit shook up by that drop kick from Jerry Roberts. He saw how quickly and easily Roberts took to the air. And Brown definitely has been thrown off balance. Brown and Roberts circle. Brown leans into Roberts against the ropes.
2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
Roberts leapfrogged over the top. Anderson again, refusing to tag Bulldog Bob Brown. Roberts offers to let Anderson into the ring. What's wrong with you? And Bulldog Bob Brown complains at Anderson. Anderson doing a lot of yelling, but no tagging. Bulldog Bob Brown must feel alone. Brown very cautious as he comes to grips with Roberts, then lashes out with a boot to the stomach and a punch to the cheek. Hard chop to Roberts. Bulldog can take care of himself. Don't kid yourself. Roberts reeling after that slash to the throat. Another chop, and down goes Jerry Roberts. Roberts slams headfirst into the top turnbuckle.
1 minute left, 1 minute.
Less than a minute remaining, no falls yet. Roberts reverses the whip. Drop kick by Jerry Roberts. This time Anderson makes the tag. Anderson crawling up on the rope. The tag has been made. Anderson with the atomic drop misses. Anderson missed an atomic drop and hit Bulldog Brown. And Brown takes a kick at Tiny Anderson. Brown insisted. Anderson and Brown punches Tiny Anderson in the head. Anderson refused to tag, and then when he did, hit Brown with an atomic drop. Roberts and Reed just waiting. Brown lifts Anderson. Body slam by Bulldog Bob Brown, his own tag team partner. Roberts comes flying off the rope with a drop kick. Roberts covers Anderson. Count of 1, 2, and did he get it? Yes, 3. The count of 3. And Bulldog Bob Brown made no move to help Tiny Anderson for obvious reasons. Brown just stood aside. And if Mr. Anderson would like to square off again, Brown, it seems to be more than willing. Let's make it official. That's the only fall it's going to fit in the curfew. So Roberts and Reed win it. Here's Mickey.
With time running out, the winner of the only fall and the match, Jerry Roberts, Bruce Reed.
Herb, another great Sunday night show. We saw some of the great matches from Melee of the Midway. Just witnessed another classic. But now it's time to talk about what to expect when SICW returns on Saturday, July 6th.
Well, Saturday, July 6th is not only we're moving to a new location temporarily. The Belle Claire Fairgrounds is undergoing some major renovations, and we're real excited about that. So for about the next 3 months, we've located another building at the Collinsville Firemen's Bingo Hall at 9510 Collinsville Road in Collinsville, Illinois. Real easy to get to, right off Interstate 255. So it's you can't miss it. It's the Collinsville Firemen's Bingo Hall. We were there probably last year. We did a fundraiser there, and it's a nice building. We appreciate them giving us the support to allow us to have our monthly show there. So July 6th. But the big news, not only is SICW going to be there with a great lineup, a great match, but we're actually giving away 2 tickets to the Cauliflower Alley reunion in August. So this came about. A couple of anonymous donors reached out to me and said, hey, we want to get involved with SICW. It started off with, what if we give a free ticket to Vegas for the Cauliflower Alley Club? And so I said, hey, well, yeah, we work out all the details. And an hour later, they called me back and said, well, you know, a lot of people don't want to fly by themselves or travel by themselves. So let's make it 2. So
wow.
2 free tickets. You show up, doors open at 6 p.m. There'll be a form you'll register with all the information on it. You must be present to win, and the drawing will be done that night, July 6th. So you'll know when you leave there if you're the lucky person that gets your name drawn, and you can pick a family member, you can pick a friend, and your airfare, your hotel stay, your banquet for the CAC banquet that they have will be furnished to you, and of course you have to become a member of the CAC, and I'm going to take care of that for you. So it's a deal you'll become a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, just like so many people have been doing, and it's great. I mean, I take a chance on that.
Absolutely.
Just to be there. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, there may be some, you have to arrange your transportation to and from the airport, that type of things, but after all, I mean, flying to Vegas, becoming a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, and then rubbing elbows with all the greats that's going to be out there. You've been there.
Absolutely. Well, fans, how can you be a part of that? Saturday, July 6th. Join us at the Collinsville Firemen's Bingo Hall on Collinsville Road when SICW returns for more great live wrestling action. Until then, we'll be here each and every Sunday night at 8 p.m. for every week's episode of SICW All-Star Wrestling.
Yeah, and before we leave you this night, the other thing we're going to have up on the screen here is in July, right around the corner, the Tragus Thez Hall of Fame, they're celebrating their 25th year anniversary. We're looking forward to go up to Waterloo, Iowa. You know, they've already announced some of the great legends are going to be there. I think Sting, maybe Kurt Angle, people like that. So take a look at this flyer and then try to make it up to Waterloo, Iowa here very shortly in the next few weeks. I think it's July 20th it starts.
Absolutely. Well, fans, we'll see you next Sunday night here on SICW All-Star Wrestling.
Good evening.